Alright guys, easy part today, multiple choice. Part 2. Take your time and good luck. Alright, 15. The playing field for our new game is shown below. Goals are located at points A, B, and C along the circular boundary. The center of the field is O. What the measurements are given. What is the measure of A, B, C? So you're looking for here, A, B, C. A, 55 degrees, B, 60 degrees, C, 65 degrees, or D, 130 degrees. 16. In the figure below, figure ABC has a right angle at B, and the measurements of the angle BAC is 30 degrees. If AC is 12 units long, how many units long is BC? (17) The dashed line in the figure below represents a proposed bike trail that crosses two parallel streets. The measure of angle 1 is 32 degrees. What is the measure of angle 2? Remember the rule about the dotted line. It's cutting it. Is it 16, 32, 45, 52? 18. Which is the equation of a line perpendicular to 3 over 2x plus 8? (19) Points D is on AC. If M angle ADB equals 116 degrees, and point E is the interior of angle BDC, which range represents the possible values of angle ECD? 0 is... Okay, guys, I decided I'm not going to read you the choices because that's more confusing. Pay attention to your signs and which way they're going. Raise your hand if you get here and you have questions about which sign means what. I will gladly come over and help you. 20. A pet shop has a fish tank with a volume of 2,400 inches cubed. The manager buys a tank that is twice as long, twice as wide, and twice as high as the original tank. What is the volume in cubic inches of the new tank? (21) The classroom represented in the figure needs new tile. Find the minimum square feet of tile needed to cover the area of the classroom. You're finding the minimum square feet of the tile needed to cover the area of the classroom. 22. What is the center of the circle with equation? Parentheses x minus 2 parentheses squared plus parentheses y plus 3 parentheses squared equals 25. What is the center of the circle with this equation? (23) In the figure, which triangle is congruent to triangle ABC? In this figure, which triangle is congruent, which means equal, to triangle ABC? Mind you, this is A, B, C. (24) In this figure, angle E is 40 degrees. In arcs AB and BC and CD, are all the same length. What is the angle ACD? In this figure, angle angle E is 40 degrees, and arcs AB, BC, and CD are all the same length. What is the measure for angle ACD? 25. The diagram is used to classify shapes in which region would a small shaded five-sided figure be located. In which region would a small shaded five-sided figure be located? Uh, 26. Line N contains point 23 and is perpendicular to the line 4x plus 3y equals 7. What is the equation of line N in slope-intercept form? Just as a hint, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope. (27) 1. Given CF is congruent to EF, angle AFC is congruent to angle EFB, angle FAB is congruent to angle ABF. Which statements could be logically concluded? Guys, I am not going to read the choices because I think that'd be more confusing. I want you to pay attention to the lettering of the triangles and angles. Raise your hand if you need help with these read out. 28. Pedro plans to tile the 3 walls surrounding his bathtub with 4-inch by 4-inch tiles that cost 55 cents each. 2 walls are 3 feet by 6 feet, and the third wall is 6 feet by 6 feet. Assuming that Pedro does not waste any tiles, what is the cost of the tiles needed to cover the walls? (29) A 6-foot tall person is standing 12 feet away from a lamppost. The light on the lamppost is 16 feet above the ground. How long in feet is the person's shadow? (30) If triangle AED to triangle BEC, what is DF? (31) Tyler is planning a new rectangular garden in the city park. The current rectangular garden is 5 feet wide and 15 feet long. The new garden will increase those dimensions by a linear scale factor of 3. How many times larger will the area of the new garden be compared to the area of the original garden? Again, Tyler's planning a new rectangular garden in the city park. The current rectangular garden is 5 feet wide and 15 feet long. The new garden will increase those dimensions by a linear scale factor of 3. How many times larger will the area of the new garden be compared to the area of the original garden? Alright, 32. Hexagon ABCDEF is reflected across the x-axis to create A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime, F prime, which is then rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise about point P. Oh, I'm sorry, not point P, about point F prime. Which figure shows the final image? Again, It is rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise about point F prime. Which figure shows the final image? Okay, guys, my screen's blank because question 33, let me get this right. Question 33 is, I don't have a picture of it, so look at your test booklet while I read this. Which letter has rotation symmetry but not reflection symmetry? Which letter has rotational symmetry but not reflection symmetry? 34. The water stream from a hose is split so that it forms an isosceles triangle with a fence. Represented in the diagram below by CB. Perpendicular to the water stream. If measure angle BAC is half of CBA, what is the measure of BCA? And 35. Quadrilateral ABCD has diagonals that are perpendicular. It also has exactly one pair of opposite angles with equal measures. What type of quadrilateral is it? A square, rhombus, rectangle, kite. If quadrilateral ABCD has diagonals that are perpendicular, it also has exactly one pair of opposite angles with equal measure. What type of quadrilateral is it? Square, rhombus, rectangle, kite. Okay, back to a picture now. 36. The midpoint of AC has coordinates -1, 1. Point A has coordinates -5, 3. What is the y coordinate of point C? 37. A circle with center A, parentheses, -2, 2, passes through B, parentheses, 2, 1. What is the circumference of circle A rounded to the nearest whole number? And here's your formula to remember for pi. 38. The vertices of triangle ABC are A, -4, -1, B, -2, -1, and C, -2, -4. Triangles A prime, B prime, C prime is created through a translation of xy to x plus 3, y minus 1, followed by reflection across the x-axis. What are the vertices of triangle A prime, B prime, C prime? Only 2 more questions. You can do it. Whoa. "39. 2 questions left. An engineer must decide whether to build a road that climbs a hill or goes around it. To do so, he must determine the angle of elevation from the horizontal ground to the top of the hill. To the nearest degree, determine the angle of elevation of this hill." And your last thinking question. On the XY coordinate plane, triangle ABC has vertices at A, -6, 5, B, -3, -2, and C, 1, 2. What is the length of the